Hey guys, Codebuster here today with some Mount and Blade Warband. I've played this for a bit. I'm decent at it. I like the game though. I've spent hours upon hours in this game. This and the normal Mount and Blade. Playing the different mods, modules, whatever. And I figured why not put it on YouTube. So here we are. Let's just hop into it. Let's start a new game. Welcome, adventurer, to Mount and Blade Warband. Before beginning the game, you must create your character. Remember that in the traditional medieval society depicted in the game, war and politics are usually dominated by male members of nobility. That does not, however, mean that you should not choose to play a female character or one who is not a noble birth. Male nobles may have a somewhat easier start, but women and commoners can attain all the same goals, and in fact may have a much more interesting, if more challenging, early game. Well, I'm gonna go with male. If I end up playing again, I'll do female. You were born years ago in a land far away. Your father was a hunter. My father was a hunter. You were the son of a family who lived off in the woods, doing whatever they needed to make ends meet. Hunting, woodcutting, making arrows, even a spot of poaching whenever things got tight. Winter was never a good time for your family, as the cold took animals and people alike. But you always lived to see another dawn. Though your brothers and sisters might have not been so fortunate, you started to learn about the world almost as soon as you could walk and talk. You spent your early life as stepchild? No. A craftsman's apprentice. As a boy growing out of childhood, you apprenticed with a local craftsman to learn a trade. After years of hard work and study under your new master, he promoted you to a journeyman and employed you as a fully paid craftsman for as long as you wished to stay. Then as a young adult, life changed, as it always does. You became... Don't know what that is? Poacher? It's in the family, right? No. I just want to see what it says. I'll go back if I don't like it. Though the distinction felt sudden to you somewhere along the way, you became a man, and the whole world seemed to change around you. You set out on your own, nothing except the instrument slung over... No. I'm no bard. Nope. I don't have that type of voice. Let's see then. I guess game poacher. Because it kind of makes sense. I know how to hunt and all that, so let's go with game poacher. Though the distinction felt sudden to you, somewhere along the way you had become a man and the whole world seemed to change around you. The satisfaction with the common men's desperate scrabble for coin, you took to your local lord's own forest and decided to help yourself to its bounty. Laws be damned. You hunted stags, boars, and geese, and sold the precious meats under the table. You cut down trees right under the watchmen's noses and turned them to firewood that warmed many freezing homes during the winter, all for a few silvers, of course. But soon everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked, and you decided to strike out on your own as an adventurer. What made you take this decision? Lust for money and power? No, I got caught as a poacher and I got forced out. That'd work with the story. So, being forced out of your home. Only you know exactly what caused you to give up your old life and become an adventurer. However, you know you cannot go back. There's nothing to go back to. Whatever home you may have had is gone now, and you must face the fact that you're out in the wide world. Wide world. That's a very wide world. alone to sink or swim. Become an adventurer and ride to your destiny. Realistic, of course. I know how to do that. My name will be... A medievalish name is William, which is my first name, so that's what I'm gonna do. Let's put 2 more in intelligent and 2 more in charisma. Why is my mouse doing this? That's annoying. Ah! Hopefully it's only on this page. Let's do leadership, first aid, surgery, and wound treatment. I need those. Let's see. Let's see what they're hitting. 83 archery, so I'm probably gonna have a bow. So let's do power draw. Each point to skill increase your hit points by 2. Trainer. It's always nice. Put it in inventory management or persuasion. Every level of this skill increases maximum number of prisoners. Persuasion just helps you make other people accept your point of view. It also lowers the minimum level of a relationship needed to get NPCs to do what you want. I guess I'll start doing that now. Let's put the rest of this in archery, and then I get 4 slots, I think. Yeah, and then I'll be building crap. I really should try to go for a shield. But two-handed on a horse is just so nice. And that's also buffed polearms and two-handed whip. So we're gonna do that. If I change it later, I'd change it later. Alright, skin. This doesn't really matter because you never see his face, but let's... Well, I can't even get my hair color in that. Don't think I can get it really in here either. I guess that's close. Let's see. That's the closest, and we're done. And I will be joining the great Nords of the North. You take passage with a trading longship carrying Gry Falcons? Something? From the furthest reaches of the north to be bartered for linen and wool. It sailed early in the season, but the master reckoned that the risk of drifting ice and later winter storms could be justified by arriving ahead of the sea raiders, who by April would be sailing forth from their island lair to ravage Calradia's coast. It was some relief when your ship came in sight of the delta of the Vel and Boluk rivers, and a short while later rode past tidal flats and coastal marshes to the city of Sargoth, home to the sea raiders' distant kinsmen, the Nordic lords, who a few generations ago had carved themselves a kingdom in this rich but troubled land. You're exhausted by the time you find your way in the inn in Sargoth and fall asleep quickly. However, you awake before dawn and are eager to explore your surroundings. You venture out upon the streets, which are still deserted. All of a sudden you hear a sound that stands the hairs on the back of your neck on end, the rasp of a blade sliding from its scabbard. Yeah, big axe and bow. Aim for the legs. There we go. And Okay. There we go. And here comes Mr. Merchant. Are you alright? Well, I guess you're alive at any rate. I'm not sure that we can say the same for the other fella. That's one less thief to trouble our streets at night, although heavens know he won't be the last. Anyway, maybe you can help me with something. Let's talk more inside. Out here, we don't know who's listening. At least my mouse is not doing that flickering thing now. The merchant takes you to his house. Once inside, he stands by the door for a while, checking the street, and then finally convinced you have not been followed, comes near you to speak. Continue. What is this? Okay. Now let me explain my proposition. We've always had burghards in the hills, driven to banditry by war, debt, or love, or violence. Recently, however, they've been getting bolder, leaving their camps in the wild and venturing into towns, looking for unwary prey. The watch commander tells us it's because of all the fighting on the frontiers. Fewer men to keep an eye on the streets, but I'm not sure what to make of that. It seems to me that the most logical explanation is that these bandits have an ally inside the walls who helps them enter unnoticed, and helps them identify particularly tempting targets. Last week, you see, they took my brother. I don't know what my brother was thinking. A lad from a prominent house, out alone, after dark, in times like these? Well, I suppose you were too, but you're a stranger here, and you didn't know how bad things have become. He had no such excuse, but he's family. So what can we do? If you don't protect your kin, then people will start thinking that you can't protect your own investments. Either. And I can't have that. No doubt the gang will soon send word about a ransom, but I don't care to pay. So here's my proposition. You look like you've had a bit of experience with a blade. And more importantly, you must have a bit of fire in your belly, and you wouldn't be coming to Calradia to seek your fortune. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Gather a small party, track down these bandits to their lair, teach them a lesson they won't forget, and get my brother back safe. In return, you'll earn my lasting gratitude and a bit of silver. What do you say? I am interested. You won't be able to do this by yourself, though. If you try to take on a whole gang single-handedly, the hunter will become the hunted. I'll warrant. You'll first want to round up a group of volunteers. There's always a few lads and villagers around here looking for a bit of work. That's more interesting than tilling the soil or hauling water. They'll follow you, and if you pay. So, take this purse of 100 dinars, consider it an advance on your reward. Go round to the villages and use the money to hire some help. I'll reckon that you need at least 5 men to take on these bandits. Very good, sir. I'll collect some men from around the villages. Good. You can find me in the tavern here in Sargarth after you've got the group together. Then we'll speak about what to do next. I know how that works. Tabbed. Alright. Looters. Great. I can probably take on one group. Let's go here. I know how this works.
Today the gods will decide your fate.
I'm not afraid. Charge thy enemy! Where are they? There they are. Okay. I think they only get armed with stones. So, hopefully this works the way I expect it. Charge! Oh, throwing axes. Ow. Okay, he's got a bow. I need to take him out. And he's good with it too.